Hi everybody, I'm Brianna, and today I'm going to tell you how to master the art of loving to spend time alone. I am sitting with my favorite maple tree. I love to come here and be alone and just be with this tree spirit, so I thought what better place to film this video and share some secrets with you. I don't have all of the answers, but I love spending time alone. I've actually always been a bit of a loner since I was a little girl, but the time that I have spent with myself has really shifted in quality as I've gotten older because I practice all of these things that I'm going to share with you. Learning to love spending time alone, or learning to love ourselves so much that we want to be alone with ourselves, is a journey and a process that requires embracing change, unlearning, and stepping outside of your comfort zone, all of which can help you move more into alignment with your highest self and your highest purpose here on earth. Tip number 1 is observe without judgment. Judging is really easy to do, but detoxing from the attachment of judgment is really hard to do, and it really forces us to step into this place of being uncomfortable, but that is where the growth happens. And if you don't like to be alone, then this is a really powerful thing for you to begin to practice. When you're alone, practice observation without judgment and try not to analyze the things that are happening around you, or try not to analyze the things that you're doing. Just witness yourself and the world as it is. Whether you're at a cafe or you're chatting with friends or looking at yourself in the mirror, just look and observe and witness and try not to judge and just let the moment be what it is. Believe it or not, the person that you are probably judging the most is yourself. And so when you can begin to let go of that behavior and just let yourself be and witness and observe instead of judging, there is a lot of peace that comes with that, and it also changes how you move through the world, and it helps you move more into alignment with your truest and most authentic self. When we practice this, we are really allowing ourselves to strip away attachments and behaviors, and it allows us to create a reality that is uniquely ours rather than a reality that is based on unconscious learned behaviors. Number 2, discover yourself. What are the things that you love? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What lights up your soul? What makes you feel like you have purpose and motivation in this life? But also, what are your wounds? What are your traumas? Do you feel safe to be yourself with your friends and your family? Ask yourself these questions and figure out how you can answer them most truthfully to yourself. Learning to discover ourselves and that whole process and journey will inevitably lead to you valuing yourself more, and it will increase your self-worth. This can feel very strange because we live in a society that tries really hard to keep us from the freedom and the power that inherently comes with valuing ourselves. And so this whole process of self-discovery is actually kind of a radical move these days. And so if you are feeling really stuck, if you are feeling unhappy, and this is the one thing that you take from this video, learn to discover who you are. Self-discovery is really important if you want to grow and evolve. Being human is really, really hard, and it's a process and a journey, and we can get really stuck in repeating old cycles and feeling attached to our wounds, and sometimes we do this unconsciously. And so when we can start to discover ourselves and ask us these hard questions and really get to know ourselves, we are freeing ourselves. We are unlearning things that are not in a vibrational match with our most authentic selves. Number 3, evaluate what you are consuming. How are you spending time when you are alone? What kind of content are you consuming? So evaluating the things that we are consuming is really, really important because it really shapes the quality of time that we have and that we're spending. When we are consuming energy that is aimed at keeping us attached and addicted, that keeps our energy vibrating at a low frequency. And when we do that, that creates disease, creates depression and other mental health problems. These things that we're consuming really shape our reality and our mindset. And so when you are able to really take a look at those things and evaluate what's working for you and what's not, this is really powerful and can really, really shape the time that you spend alone and how that feels. As well, evaluating the things that we're consuming and how we're spending our time alone really does help us to make a shift from having an attachment to external things and move more into looking at our internal world. All of the things that we seek are already living within us, and so when we can release the attachment to all of these external things, we move more into an inward journey that really serves our greater good. Number 4, rest. This is such a big one, and this is one that I've been really leaning into lately, and so I can really tell you how much this pays off. Intentionally resting is one of the most powerful things that we can do because our to-do lists literally never end. We always have things that we need to do, especially in a society that is constantly making us hustle, making sure that we work more hours, that we are giving more of ourselves to things out there externally. And so taking that time to really rest and integrate all of the things that you're learning about yourself and about the world is really, really important. We really need to be with ourselves, and one of the ways that really helps me do that is learning to embody myself, really get into my body. You could do that through breath work, you could do that through journaling, through your passions, through your creativity. Rest is really personal, and so I can't tell you how to do that, but what I can tell you is that it is absolutely necessary. We are constantly on autopilot and we get stuck in that loop. It almost becomes an act of codependency, like we're codependent on that hustle, and so we're not creating and carving out that space to rest and be with ourselves and have that quality time with ourselves. Intentionally resting really allows us to renew and recharge and ground and really let the present moment unfold and just let things be. Intentionally resting is really, really important for our spirits and for our bodies. You know what they say? I can't remember what the phrase is, but it's like you can't take care of other people if you're not taking care of yourself. And so resting is a really great way to actually be of service in the world, because then you're going to be able to show up as your best self. Number 5, be in nature. So this might seem like a pretty obvious one, to be in nature, but the thing is that all of these aspects of nature around us are reminding us that we're not alone. So this is a really good thing to do if you don't like to be alone or you don't know how to be alone. Being in nature can really support you through this process because all of these spirits around you are reminding you that you're supported and not alone. This tree is a spirit. All of this grass is a spirit. All of these bugs and these birds flying over, these are spirits. And so I'm not truly alone when I am in nature. I'm alone with myself as a human, but I am fully supported by nature. As well, being in nature and spending time with yourself in nature is a really great way to get to know the planet that you live on. And doing this allows us to create a deeper understanding of ourselves and our purpose and our spiritual connection to all of these nature spirits. So those are all of the tips that I have for learning to love spending time with yourself and learning to get to know yourself so that you love the time that you are spending alone. I hope that you learned something from this video, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and it is my greatest pleasure to share all of this information with you, and I hope to see you again. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.